Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will, and this is after the hype for the Idol 4 that's on Cricket. So we're gonna jump in here. Listen, it's been actually about 3 days or so since I've had this phone, and I've got to say I'm really impressed. I didn't think that I would be, because when I put it next to my 4S, I was like, whoa, this is a serious watered down version, but I was wrong. So first things first, I gotta show you that this phone scratched really easy already. I don't know where it came from. I have a very deep scratch on the back. I got it on my charger here, but let me see if I can get it in view here. You'll see. But the phone scratched like super easy, and I was pretty perturbed by that. A very deep scratch on the back, and I didn't know what it came from. Now this could have been from being in my pocket, because I actually been using the phone, and it's been really good, I gotta admit. Other than that scratch, I mean, I couldn't find anything, whether it was Gorilla Glass 3, 4, 5, well, it's not 5. But you guys tell me in the comments if you can find out if this is any kind of Gorilla Glass, because just be careful, it's scratched really, really easy. I don't know of any kind of tempered glass for the back, but I know there's one for the front. So that might be something that you want to consider with a case, because this phone does scratch, in my experience, really easy. There's one big one there, but there's multiple all over it. So yeah, it scratched pretty easy. Other than that, what about my daily performance? Now I'm running the Pixel launcher on here, and it's been just great. I haven't had any problems. This has the Snapdragon 617 in here, and just to be honest and fair, it's really, really good. I can't find anything with this phone that I find disappointing, I guess I want to say. And when you think about it, when you're using a phone, what I've been doing lately when I'm testing a phone out, like phones, this is my phone, obviously I bought it. But when I'm using it, I try to set aside all the other phones except for my BlackBerry. Because the other phones will make me look at things that are bad about this phone, or the phones that you're testing. Some other phones that are really, really strong and you really like them, it can indirectly make you in your subconscious start to pick out, well, it doesn't do that, and I try not to do that. So I just use the phone itself, and that's it. So the 5.2-inch display with the 13 megapixel camera is really good. 3 gigs of RAM, a 617 with a 2610 milliamp hour battery. So I'll show you the battery. I've actually gotten a pretty good battery out of this thing. 4.5 hours almost, and definitely a full day of service with the battery. Service with the phone is really, really good. So other than the battery being great, the screen is really great. The speakers, I went into a setting, and it was the Waves Max, whatever, and I tweaked the equalizer to my liking, and to my surprise, the speakers are really, really loud. They get kind of muffled. They're not as good as the 4S by a long shot, and they get really muffled in just regular usage. It's like it's coming off with too much of something. So I've tweaked it as best that I can, and it's kind of one of those things that either it's going to be good or it's going to be okay. And the speakers on this phone are okay. They're definitely not bad. I'll show you my setup here. So they're definitely not bad. They're just not great. So, but they're better than a lot of other speakers on phones, because it comes out of the back and the front. So that's just fantastic, man. So I can tell you that after using this phone for 3 days, I'm really hyped about it, because the screen is gorgeous. It is really, really good. Speaker quality is pretty decent. Cameras to me are really good. I got a camera video up with samples, so check that out. Maybe if I can remember, I'll put the link in the description, or just go back and search my channel. But regular performance, guys, even when I'm not running the Pixel launcher, it's actually pretty solid. This might shock you. Now, some people asked how I got this phone for the $99. Well, I did a port in from Metro, one of the numbers from Metro, and I got a $50 credit, which dropped the phone to $99, and then I picked the $30 plan. So out of the door, I walked out of there with 130 bucks. I had the phone, plus taxes, and then that's it. And then I've already unlocked it and put it on T-Mobile. So, you know, I'm getting the best of both worlds. And I put my Cricket SIM card in my Axon 7. It's full LTE over there, so it's good to go. But yeah, performance with this thing is good. The screen is just great. The speakers are good. The cameras, to me, for what it is great. I mean, I don't have any problems with the cameras at all. And probably because I have realistic expectations is what it is. I'm not looking to get a phone that's in a low price range with a 100 megapixel camera or just these stellar photos. I have realistic expectations, and that's what I try to set for you guys. I think I'm kind of getting away from that saying of, oh, it's good for social media. No, it's actually better than social media. This camera you can actually print some of these photos out and use them to decorate your home. I told you I've done that before. Just apps and everything. It's good, man. I really don't have anything to complain about, except for the speakers. You know, they're not as nearly as loud as the 4S or clear. However, they do sound good. I have to give it to you. And you get that good performance at the 80 to 100% range. If you have it in the middle at 50%, they're just another low set of speakers. And that's pretty much what a lot of phones, even front firing phones. But this phone itself is pretty good, man. I got to give it to you. So if you're on Cricket, I would tell anybody on Cricket, don't get the iPhone, don't get the Galaxies, get this phone. It's that good. I mean, it is really good. And I'm extremely impressed. It has the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi band. I mean, come on, these are some great things. And a lot of people, so I had a conversation about that before, and people were saying, well, Jay, you know, why do you always talk about the 5 gigahertz band? Well, the 5 gigahertz band is fast. You know, it's the faster internet from the 2.4 gigahertz. So I enjoy having the 5 gigahertz band. I really like it. It's a must for me. That might not be important to you, but that is definitely one of my pet peeves. I have to have the 5 gigahertz band on the phone because I'm the only one on the 5 gigahertz band in my house, so I get the fastest internet all the time because I'm always doing uploads or working on the internet or I'm doing something. So that's it, man. I don't really have any complaints other than that minor tinkering with the speakers, but they're still good though. So call quality, I've actually been using this on Cricket. I just put the T-Mobile SIM card in here as of this video, and because I just did the unlock video for it. So I'm getting ready to start using it on T-Mobile, and I know I'll get way better battery because the signal strength is full LTE and it's super strong. So other than that, man, I mean, you know, every phone has its downsides, I guess I want to say, and every phone can't be considered the greatest, and this is one of those phones. So I don't like, now after having this using it for 3 days, I'm disappointed that it's scratched on the back. I don't like the glass front and back of this. I love the metal chassis. I think it's a sleek looking phone. It's really nice, very thin, 7.1 millimeters. And it doesn't look like it's thin because it looks like it's thinner because of that black on top and bottom, but it's actually 7.1. So extremely impressive, guys. If you're not on Cricket, like I said, I've already done the unlock, so there's always a way around. So I would tell you that, you know, Cricket's prepaid, just like Metro. You saw me do it before. Unlock code for $4 on the Max Pro. So, you know, hey, same thing applies to Cricket. You know, this phone, I've confirmed that it can be used on other carriers. It can be unlocked for $2. You can see I have T-Mobile up there now. And that's something you can consider. Even if you can't get it for the price that I got it for, which was the $99 and then the $30 plan, I think it's only $149 now with a free VR headset. So I think that's a plus. Grab this. You know, you'll spend less than $200, unlock it, boom, you're done. You've got a nice phone unlocked for all GSM carriers. Metro, T-Mobile, AT&T, obviously. I think it already worked with AT&T without unlocking. family mobile, simple mobile. I don't know. It's unlocked once you get it unlocked. And I do have full LTE there. I turned off Wi-Fi. Let's see. LTE. So it's been good, man. Performance is actually really good. Certain phones that use the 617 processor and the 615 processor, they perform differently, man. I mean, it's amazing how differently they perform. And you gotta wonder, it has to boil down to the packages put together from the skin and overlay that's on the phone. So yeah, that's it, man. After the hype for the Idol 4 on Cricket / T-Mobile / Unlocked now, it's getting good, man. I think phones that are very affordable are getting good. So yeah, there's some disappointments, like I said before, with the scratching and, you know, whatever. But a case can solve that, and a tempered glass on the front. So it's your man Jay Will. After the hype, am I still hyped? Yeah, I'm definitely still hyped, because I'm going to use this on T-Mobile now and see how the phone performs on T-Mobile. And I'll come back in my full review and I'll let you know. So if there's any videos that you want to see about this phone, let me know, and I'll try to get them put up if I can. It does have adaptable storage. I think I've got that video up already. If not, I'll post it right now. So it's your man Jay Will. After the hype, the Idol 4 is good. Take one.